who told Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam that lightning is caused by hail. In other words, that hail originates lightning. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah An-Nur, Ayah or Surah 24, Ayah 43. And he sends down from mountains, between parentheses of clouds, from mountains of clouds in the sky, وَيُنَزِّلُ مِنَ السَّمَاءِ مِنْ جِبَالٍ فِيهَا مِنْ بَرَدٍ. And he sends down hail from mountains of clouds in the sky, and he strikes with it whomever he wills, and he turns away from whomever he wills. The vivid flash of its lightning nearly blinds the eye. I repeat the ayah step by step. And he sends down hail. He sends down what? He sends down hail from mountains of clouds in the sky, and he strikes with it. He strikes with what? He strikes with hail. This is the interpretation of the Quran, of course. This is how our scholars understand and interpret this ayah. And he strikes with it whomever he will. The vivid flash of its lightning, the vivid flash of its lightning. Its here is a possessive adjective that returns to the hail. So hail causes lightning. Quran clearly mentions that lightning is caused by hail. Let's see what scientific data, scientific references say. In the book of Aaron's Meteorology Today, page 437, Aaron's mentions that lighter positively charged particles are carried to the upper part of the cloud. So an updrift comes and lifts the hail to the upper part, then the hail comes down, and then the updrift sends it up. He says the hail left with negative charges because of these frictions falls towards the bottom of the cloud. Thus, the lower part of the cloud becomes negatively charged because of this friction between plus and minus, the warm and the cold environment in the body of the cloud. The negative charges are then discharged as lightning. The negative discharges are then charged as... Who discharges this electricity of God? Lightning, I call it electricity of God. It's the hail. It's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that commands hail to do that. What makes you know? The Quran, of course, because the Quran says it's lightning. The vivid flash of its lightning nearly blinds the sight. This is clear that God who created Allah who created the universe knows his universe more than us. So ask a Muslim about Islam. Don't ask the enemies of Islam who blaspheme Islam with negative allegations against Islam, the murky mud, the sperm coming from the rib. We have all answers and all responses on this. So all you have to do is ask a Muslim. This clearly shows that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was a prophet from God, and that non-Muslims must or should follow. There is no compulsion in Islam, but should follow, should research, should make research, should read the Quran and make sure themselves, compare with science. We don't wait for science to discover Quran, but we have Quran, and we should start from Quran and discover the universe as our ancestors did. Right, now we know for sure that these things couldn't have happened at the time of Prophet Muhammad. Prophet Muhammad didn't have any sophisticated device to go inside or to go up in a balloon, for example, and discover, analyze the body of the clouds. He wasn't a meteorologist. He didn't study in Sorbonne or New York University, but he knew more than them. He preceded science with this because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told him, if you have any questions on Islam, on the science of in Islam, just ask a Muslim. Alhamdulillah, salatu wassalam ala rasulullah, wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.